Hey guys, welcome to day 7 of this full stack modern hospital management system. So in our day 6, we built this dashboard here for the finance people, and this is the page that finance people should interact with. When the user and is a finance person login, he will be or she will be redirected to this page here so that he can interact with this page and maybe search the bill by date and also confirm if that payment has been done. So in here I will add the functionality for this button here so that they can toggle it to be paid, because that is one of the functionality that I want our finance people to have. So in our today's video, we'll be looking at this dashboard here for the admin. And remember, for now we have been left with admin side only, and then we just jump into the backend side. So we'll be building this home page here and also this side nav here, so that day 8 we'll be looking at this user page here and also adding the user here. After that, now in day 9 we'll start building our backend, and also after that we'll be looking at our background services, which will help us to set up our cron jobs and to send emails and generate report for this hospital. So now we'll be looking at this diagram here, and if you have gone through other videos from day 1 to day 6, you can see we have built this patient module, we have built this doctor module here, finance and reception, and also we have built this home here, this home component. So we have been left only with admin, and then we get into a backend where we'll be building now the functionalities, and now we start integrating our backend with our front end to complete this whole project. So if you have come along all this way and you have gone all through those other videos, I think you have gained a lot. And now I won't be going very slowly, I'll just go faster. But remember, I also link a description, a code link, or a link to my GitHub page, so that you can go and check the code where you have been stuck. So without much ado, if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to this channel and also like this video so that it get to more people. So without much ado, let's dive into our tutorial. So now we start by generating our module, that is admin module. And by now I know you already know how to generate module and what module is and is loading. So what I'll do, I'll just come here in our terminal and I will just paste the command for generating the module. So you can see here we have this module here that is for generating a module, and the first thing that I'll do, I'll just change this here is not a customer. I need a root for admin and also a module that is called admin. So let's just change that, and then now from here now you can just enter just like that. Let me zoom out so you can see now it will generate and get to give us this admin module here, because for now is the only module that have been left. We have built all these other modules. So let's see if it has completed generating. So it is still generating, and you can see in our code here now we have all the modules that we have been creating. We have doctor module here, we have finance module here, we have patient module, and reception here module, that is. So now if you come here in our app.routing.module.ts, you can see it has generated this admin here, this root for admin, and it is redirecting us to this module that is admin here. And you can see it has already generated this admin here, and you can confirm in our terminal here it has already created, and you can see everything that it has been generated. So you can see create, and this one is for routing. It has generated routing, and this is because of this command --route admin. Also it have created this module here, this module.ts. It has already created this component HTML here, and or template, and it has generated this package here for testing. Also, it has generated this component CSS, so and it has updated inside our module dot app routing dot module dot ts, and this is here because you can see here it has already added this routing here. So that's what happens when you want to, let's say you want to add a module and the routing, so it has already generated for us here. So the other thing that I want to do before we start adding or we start creating our admin dashboard here is if you can look here, or we can just go to our root in our application here. Maybe we have a root that doesn't exist. Maybe let's say something random text here in our root, and then let's try and access this routing. So you can see we don't have that route, but it is redirecting us to a blank page, and this page doesn't exist. So I want us to generate a component that we'll call not found, because I want to give it a routing that will generate us, or it will direct a person when the routing does not exist. So first thing, come here in our terminal here, and inside our component, so I'll just generate that component. I'll say ng generate component, and inside our components, remember we have another component called home component in this components folder. I'll just generate not found component here. So let it generate just like that, and you can come here now and to specify a root that doesn't exist. So what you do, you just add another object here, and here in our path here, what you do, you just add these two asterisks just like that, and then you specify the component that you want to show if that page or that route doesn't exist, just like that. And now you can actually, the component should be written just like this. This one should be a comma and then component, and then you can see up here we have component, and then the other thing is the component. You specify the component. So let's see if it has generated. You can see it has generated. So now in here you can now add not found page, that you can see it, or not found component, just like that. And these two asterisks specify that that component or that route doesn't exist. And thus you see in most websites that if you type a route that doesn't exist, it will give you 404 error, and that is not found or not found route, something of the sort. So now let's come here, and now we want to access a route that doesn't exist. I'm just typing random characters here. So let's try and access this route. So when you try to access a route that doesn't exist, you can see it will redirect you to not found. Any route that doesn't exist, you can write anything here, anything, because it is any route that doesn't exist, it will redirect you to this page here. So you can see it is here. So the other thing that I want us now to do is to set this here not found page. And the first thing that I want to do, I'll add a image, and that image is 404 not found. So in our tab here, you can write 404 not found, and this one here, we want to get an image. So we can come here and look for an image that we'll add. So I'll just copy this one here, this one, or actually this one is great. So, and then copy image address, and now inside our home component, not found component here, in our template here, I just want us to delete this one here. Now I just want to give it a div, and this div I'll give a class of not found, just like that. And now inside here we can add, we can just add a tag for image and then the URL inside there. So just like that. So now let's save and see how it will look like. So let's see now. So you can see we have this here, 404 not found, but I want it to occupy the whole page. So what I will do, I'll just come in our CSS here and I say not found, and I can say height, adjust to occupy the whole page. So I say a height of 100 VH and a width, it should be a width of, let's say, 100 VW. And again, inside here, not found, I just want to target the image tag and I'll give it a height of 100%, just like that, and a width of 100%, just like that. That's simple as that. So now let it save and then we can see how it will look. So you can see 404 not found, and actually what we can do is to say object fit cover or something of the sort so that it doesn't look sluggish. So let's see. Yeah, you can see 404 not found. Actually, I don't like this one here because I feel like it is losing the intensity or it is not that visible. So just come here and take this one here. I think this one will be great. So copy that image address and then inside here, you can see now, let's add that one there. And I think now it will be okay. So now let's reload the application here, and now you can see 404 not found. I don't know why this here is not working great, but we can go direct to Pixabay. So inside Pixabay now, you can look for 404 not found. This is one of the best websites that you can get free these images to use in your application. So actually, I think this one is okay, or this one. Let me take this one, copy image address. You can come here and look for this, and actually I'm liking this than this one. So let me copy this, let me copy image address, and then inside our code now we can add this URL here inside here now. So let me add it here, copy paste it there, and then let it save, and then we can see in our page here we have that one. And actually I don't know why it is sluggish. We can say maybe you can say object fit and then contain, just like that, and let's see if it will make any change or sense. So yeah, I guess that is the thing that we should do. So you can see how it is looking. I think it is looking great. So now the other thing that I want to do is to navigate to admin, because we have a route for admin, and when we just try to access the admin, remember it will load our module for admin here. So you can see we are now at admin component here, because remember we generated that admin component when we are generating a module. So I just want to open that, and then let me close this one and open this admin module here. So you can see in our routing here, by default it will just load this admin component here. So now that's what I wanted, and again now we have this one admin works here. So now the other thing that I want to do inside here, in our this dashboard, you can see we have this side nav here, and also we have this main bar here. This main bar, you can see it has these charts, and it has this here, or this new user here, and request here. So that's we'll be creating now the side nav and this main bar here. So inside here, first of all, in our HTML, this one here, I'll just add this div and container here. So inside here now I'll have this div dot let me add this div and call the class sidebar again, and I will just add this heading here and say sidebar, just like that. And now inside here we have another div here, and this div I just called it main bar because it will be occupying the large part. So now here I just say h1 and I will call it main bar, just like that. So let it save and see in our application how it will look. So you can see now we have sidebar here and main bar here. So I don't want to just look like this. I just want it to have sidebar here and main bar here. So we'll style it. So now you can just come here in our CSS and access the container class here, and we can say display flex because we want to display it flex. And again now you can just save and just look at how it will look. So you can see you need now to give some flex. So just inside here we can say dot sidebar here, and because it will be the smallest, I will give it a flex of 1. And main bar, let me confirm if it is main bar. Yes, so it's a main bar. So come here and add main bar here, and main bar I'll give it a flex of 4 because I just want our sidebar to be 4 times, or our main bar to be 4 times our sidebar. So you can now just check here and you'll see how it will work. So you can see now we have this sidebar, it will be here, and our main bar, it will be here. So now because I want this one to be a component, our sidebar here it will be a component, and the main bar here it will be another component. So let's generate another component. So let me clear that and I say ng and then open or generate, and then it's a component, and I want to generate it inside admin. And this component here I will call it side nav, just like we have done with others to keep consistent. So you can see here, and remember when we are generating this component, it will be registered in our admin module by default. And again I want to add this here as home here. So let me show you. So in here we have generated side nav. You can see inside here we have here we have now generated this side nav and home here, home component, and inside here in our admin module you can see we have registered these 2 components here. So as the same as you can when you generate inside our other component like not found, they are being registered inside here in our app.module.ts, and this is because we have not just generated them inside any other module. So because these modules are independent, and that's why they are being, if you generate a component inside those modules, it will be just registered in that module, and you can't use it in another module unless you add here exports and then add those components here. So now that's what I wanted to show you. And inside here, remember we'll have other components for this one for the user, for the doctor, and for adding here. So we'll just generate other 3 components because we want it to have all those pages. So we'll have for users, and actually I can just have for users only. So let it generate for users because inside users we have doctors and any other person I will indicate inside there. So inside here also I'll just generate another one, and this time I want to add for this one component for adding user, and this one is this one component here. So let it generate in admin module. I think is the module that we have more component, and that's why I'll take 2 days to complete this dashboard here. So now if you open here, now you can see we have our add user module or component, add our home component and side nav component here, and users component. So now, because we want to give our routing to our Angular, because remember here we are giving, I want our route to be dynamic, so that when you click users, you just go to users route. When you click add, it should only change this one, and side nav just remain here. We are going to another page, but side nav always remains to be here. So to do that, I'll just come here. First of all, I just want to add another thing here, and this one will append other component inside this admin component here. So let's add children here. So this one should be array, and inside here now we can add other root, and this one here should be root that will be embedded. So first thing, we need a path. Now this one, remember, it will be path that we load this admin component by default, and this admin component hold our side nav and also our main main bar. So let's add this path here, and our path, it will be the default one, and this default one will also load another component, and that component will be home component. So actually this one should be an object here. So it will have a path, and this path it will be route. So, and this component now here, it will be home component, because we want to load our home component that will be holding our charts and the other parts. So that one will be added there. So another thing now, another path will be the path for, let's say, users. So when you access /admin/users, so you'll be redirected to users component. So I just add component here, and this one will be for the doctor or user component, and you can see it is here. So the other thing we need now is a route for the add user. So let's add here, and now this time we'll say add user, just like that, or let's be small letters. So component, and this time we just give to add user component. So you can see it is auto completed for us. So now let us have that. And now if you are not understanding, what happens here is that when that route for admin just hit here, you can see the route route here, it will just load this component called admin component. And remember, our admin component now is the one that holds side nav, and now it holds main bar. So it will just loop now in my children. I have this that is route also, and now it will load home component. So it will have side nav and home component when you load. If you want to go now to the other route, now that's the only thing that will be changed is now from this component home to users, from users to add users. The side nav will just remain there. And now the final thing, in order to do that, just come here, and inside here now, because this one will be constant, we'll add up here, this one up side nav here, because that one will be constant. And inside here, because we want to give routing to our router, to our Angular, we just say router outlet, just like that. And now that's okay now, because now we want it to behave like that. So let's see now in our application here, when it loads, let it load, you can see now we have this side nav here and the home component here. So if we want now to access user or users, just like that, you can see is this only component here that changes those children that are in this admin component here. So if you want to add user, I don't know if I called user or users, you can see it's only this one that changes. So now the other thing that we want to do is now to style this side nav here to look like this, because we want it to have this one here, this color and these icons here. And now we build this home component for today. So now let's go inside our code here and start with our here in our side nav. And as usual, I'll just give a div with a class of component, so or container, that is container here. And now inside here now, first of all, let me style that container to start with. And this container will give a height of 100 ph. And another thing is background color. And this time I'll give a background color just for us to see first of all. So let it load. You can see we have this side nav here. So, and this side nav here have been given this space by flex. And remember, we gave it flex 1, that's why it is here. And this one main here, main bar, we gave it a flex of 4. And that's why you can see this side nav can be 4 times this. This main bar can be 4 times this side nav here. But now we don't want this color, we want this. And because I don't know that color hex code on top of my head, I had already added it here, so I'll just copy it here. So copy it, and inside here I'll just paste it. So let me come inside here and add it. So let me just format a little bit. So now when it loads, now you can see we have that color here. So the other thing now we need to add, we have this here heading, and then we have these ones here. So now what we do, we just come in our HTML here, and the first thing that we need to have is this here, and I call it heading, just like that. I think that's okay. And I'll just copy our name for the hospital here. So copy it. Now inside here, I'll just paste it. And inside now here we can have our UL or unordered list, and have this unordered list inside here. So I'll just copy everything here, because I don't want to go back and forth looking at how they have been arranged. This here, that's navigation there. So I'll just paste it here, and then I'll just be cutting it and adding it here. And now I'll just paste it several times. So let me paste here, just like that, and then just like that. So the only thing that we'll be doing now is to cut, and this one should be here. And now let me remove this space here. So actually this one should be here as the second element inside our unordered list. So we have this now, add here, and this one should be here. So block here, we have it, so we need to add it here, just like that. So the other thing is log out here, and now we have it here. So now we just need to remove this home. So let me format, because I have added a lot of space. So let it format, it is okay now. So let's see how it looks. So we have this one here, and you can see we have this here. You can't see it well because it is dark. And now what we need to do, first of all, we need to just tidy them. So I just give here a class of nav or navigation. So first thing first, what I'll do, I'll just come here in my container and I will give a color, and this color will be this one here. I think that is grayish. And now I need to style the heading. First of all, I just style the heading. I just say display flex and align items to be center, justify content to be center. Let's check that. So let's git load. So you can see it is there. Okay, now we can come here and target nav, and we can give it a margin, or let's say of 30 pixels all around. And another thing, now we can say list style to be none, because we don't need to see those dots. So let's see now how it looks. So I think that's okay, but we need, let's add here and give it a margin of 50. So let's see how it will look like. So now the other thing that I need is to maybe add say display flex, and then display flex, and then I say flex direction to be column. And now I'll just say align items to be space, or space. Actually I can't use that, so let me style it or give a space using, or styling it using this one here, or targeting it directly. So I just give a margin of top, let's say of 30 pixels, just like that. Let's see how it will look. So let us see. So that's okay, and that looks great. So now the other thing that I want is to give heading here a margin top of, let's say 30 pixels, just like that. Here I'll just add a font size to be 18 pixels, and a font weight of bold, just like that. So now let's see how it will look like. So you can see, and actually this one here, let me remove this, it should be padding. Don't know why I've added margin. So yeah, so let's see, should be here it should be padding. And now the other thing that I can do is to reduce the font size for heading. So font size can be, let's say 18 pixels. And also I have felt that this font for the nav here has been bigger or too much, so let me just give it 14, and I think that will be great now. So you can see how it looks. This one has been small, so you can just play with it until you fine tune it to what you need. So let me just add some space here. So let's see how it will look like. So yeah, that's one. I need it to be just be that way. So now the other thing that we need to add is icons, because we need to have icons here. So now I had already added the icons that we will need. So inside here, in these ones, in this text here, or in the inside notepad here, copy this, because I didn't wanted us to waste a lot of time. And inside here, in our side nav component here, just paste it there. So now it is giving us errors because we didn't have, or we haven't added a module that is font awesome inside our imports here. So let's add font awesome module, just like that. So now I don't think it should have some errors. So we can see it is not, it has these errors, and I don't know why. I think it can't get those errors. So what I will do, we'll just look for other icons to substitute. So Alt, I'll just use this one here, and also I can say var add just something of the sort, or var users here. You can say var doctor. I think doctor can be good, or let's say var user and then doctor, or we can look for hospital. I think that would be okay. Just like that. So I need to initialize them now. So what I'll do, I'll just say home, and now I can initialize this home here icon. I need to have user, and here we can just say user, user, or we can add it just like that. We need to have hospital. Okay, this is hospital, and we can initialize this icon for hospital again. So the other thing is add. I'll call it add, and we can have it here. So the other thing is block. Actually, can have a block, and we can initialize it there. And the last one is logout, and we'll give it, or we'll initialize it with this sign out, just like that. So now we need to add in our HTML here. So because we have added in other modules, I'll just copy that inside, let's say in our doctors here, and in our top bar here. I think we had that this one here, a tag for that we can use for font awesome. So copy it and then just close that module, and inside here now, in our side nav here, we can just add it here, and this one we just give it, actually let me first of all paste here, there, and then here and here, and then here. So that's what I want. Actually this one class, we can give it a class of icon only, icon, because we don't have other icon and they are not user icons. I want it to make sense, so that's why we are removing this. So now here we need to have logout. Remember, we initialize that in component. So, and here is block. We have a block here. Here in our icon for add, we can have this add here. And doctors, we have hospital here. That one will add it there. And inside users, we have user, or I think it is users. I don't know, let me confirm first of all. Have user, yeah, it is user. And the last one here is home, just like that. So we have home. So let's see how it looks in our application here. So let it load, and now you can see we have those icons here. So the other thing now is to style them, to style those icons. So I'll just come here and access the icon class, and I can say font size of, let's say 20 pixels, and a margin right of, let's say 20 pixels also. So let's see how it will look. So let it save, and now I think that's okay. I won't style it a lot because this is something that you can do now. So the other thing, I just want to give a cursor pointer, and also when you hover over it, it should change color to white. So now this one, you just do it here. Let's say just cursor pointer. Sorry, I'm very terrible at adding spaces, unnecessary spaces. That's why I'm formatting every time. So now you need to add that nav and li, and then hover. And when you hover over them, the color should change. And now it give this color of white, just like that, or this one. think it is white, you can call it white. So when it loads, you can see, you can have a, when you hover over it, it can give you this here. You can see it can give you this color of white. So now you need to add a navigation. So when you load here, automatically it will load home page here. But I want when we click in user, it will load a component for the user, and when we click add, it will just go to add component. So something of the sort. So let's come here in our HTML, and to do that, inside here, you can add inside our router in this user here, we can add router link just like that, and we just say that it should load admin, and again it an admin slash user or users, and now we should copy this one, copy it, and inside our user here or add user, we can add it, but this time the only part will change is this add here and user. So paste it inside here home, and now this one will give it only admin, just like that. That's okay. And now let's save it and let's see if it will be working. So now when you click here, you see it is in home, but when you click here, it go to users page, and if you click here, it goes to add users page. For now, I want us to look at this page here for home, and the other in a day 8 will be looking for this page for users and for adding for users and add user here. So now you can see in our hospital, we need to have this here, and also we need to have this here. So now, first thing first, we need to create these two divs here that will be holding these charts. So first thing, you just come here in our home now. Let me save that. And inside our home here, what we'll do, first thing, we'll have a div and just container. Just give a class of container. Let me add container here, and you can have the first div that will have charts. So I'll give it a class of charts, just like that, and then inside here also we'll have a div and we'll give it a class of request, just like that. So that's all. And again now we'll have inside our here in our chart, we'll have a div, and this div will give it a class of pie because it will be pie chart. And inside here also we'll have a div and we give it a class of, let's say, line graph. Okay, just like that. So now let me format it. I don't want to give a lot of space here. So now that's okay. So now what we need to do, we need to style this here, this div. So inside here in our CSS, first thing, so let's style container, and inside container, just first of all give a margin of 20 pixels because we need a margin all around. And now let's inside here charts, we need to just style it. This is display flex. Again, inside here we can say, and actually we can say align items center and justify content here and say space between. I think that's okay. So the other thing that we need to do is to style on pie as a div. So inside a pie, we give it a height of, let's say, 300 pixels and a width of, let's say, 300 or 450 pixels. And another thing is need to style line, and we'll give it the same here. This one's here, copy, and paste it here. So for now, we can't be able to we won't be able to see them since we haven't given like the color. So to see it, you can give it a color of, let's say, red here, and here actually this background color, and this one we can give it a background color of, let's say, blue or green. No, it will be ugly. So let's see. So you can see we have these two divs. So now we need to just first of all remove this because we won't be needing this background color here. But when you look at our application here, we need this box shadow here. So to add box shadow, just come here and add box shadow. Just type it. I just want to show you how you can get this box shadow, and there's a box shadow that I like more, and this one is here in W3 schools, and here at the bottom you can see we have this one here, box shadow. So copy this one just like that, copy it, and now you can paste inside here and also inside here. So that's all that is there that we can add there. And now if you come here in the application here, let me first of all close these many tabs that I have added here, actually even this. So now you can see we have this here, have this one here, and we have this one here, but now we need to add charts. And if you have gone through other videos, in our patient module, we build on those charts also. So the first thing that you need to do, okay, if you haven't gone, first of all, you just come here and say Angular high charts here, and you can see how to add them and to use them. So let it load, and inside here now you can see we have this, how you can just add them and how you can add charts here. You can see everything here. So the first thing that you need to do is to just install this package Angular highlights, and the other thing that you need to do is to just add that module here. So if you have the module that you want to add that chart, you need to add that. In that module, you need to import this chart module. And again now, before you start using it, you need to create a new instance of chart. And this chart here, instance will be coming from this, Angular highlights. So I'll just show you everything, so don't worry. So now the first thing that we need, remember we had already installed the Angular highlights chart. So the only thing that we need to do inside our module here in our imports, so we need to have import that chart module here. So import it, chart module. And the other thing here that we need to have is in our home here component, we need to add those instances. So what we'll do, just import, and we just import from Angular highlights, just like that. And here now we need chart. As you can see, we have that chart. So because I just wanted to take a short time here, because it is easy to use these charts. I had already added the data that we want and everything. So copy this, you can copy everything inside here, just like that. Okay, these two, I have added it here to save on time. So let me just paste them here. And you can see where the error is, because we have some error. So inside here, I think we have this error, and let me move that. So now what happens here is that we are creating this variable here, and this variable we are giving it to an instance of chart. And now the other thing we need to do inside this chart here instance, we give it an object that contains options, and these options include the type of graph that you want to draw and the things like title. And here you can see we have things like credits. I don't even know what credits mean, but if I want to know, I'll just go into the documentation and read. Another thing is this series, and for now I know the series contain the data and the title for that graph. So you can see we have the title as patient admitted, and here we have this data. Remember, if we have our data from our backend, we can populate it here in this data here. And again, we need to the same with this one here. Now that one was this one here instance was for the line graph, and that's why you can see we have a type line here. So the other thing is inside here, or here in a donut chart here, we give it to new chart instance, and we give it these options. And you can see because we need to draw a pie, we have given a type of pie here. So everything we have added inside here is all options. These ones, I don't even know what these plot options means, but I can go, if I want to know, I just go and Google it and read documentation, read those documentation, and I will understand. So the most common thing that you will just come across is that, or you will notice, is that we have this series, and this series is the data that you want to display. So after you have added that, now you need to just bind by them. We need to bind chart here. So inside here we need to bind, like now I need a pie chart, or so what I'll do, I'll just bind chart here, that property, and again I'll give it that donut chart. Actually, let me confirm, we have given it donut chart just like that. So can copy it here, and now you can see we have line chart here. So now let me first of all add it here in the pie, and inside here now we can have chart, and we can give it here a line chart there, the variable. So let's save it and see if it will draw the graphs for us. So let it save, and when it loads now, we should draw these graphs. You can see how simple it is, and you can see now you can play with these things so that you understand, because they are really, really easy. And the other thing that you can do, you can just check here. You can just come here, check for this data, know where you can change and see how the graph will change. But for now, the other thing that I want to show you is that you can see here in our pie chart, you can just change these colors here. Like for this one, I can add, like, let's say red here. And when you save it and it loads, you can see we'll have this color here as red. You can see we have the COVID here as red, that data. So I can leave it just like that, but I don't want to have a red. So you can change that. And if you get this data from database, now you can populate inside here. So play with it and know how you can add this chart. There's many charts that you can do using Angular High charts. So just go through it and understand it, how it is being used. So now we have this one here. We have in a graph here, we need to have this new user here and request here. So now you can see we need to add them here. So inside here, we need to have a div first of all, and this one we call new user. Actually, let me add it as small letters. And inside here, we need to have a list. For now, let me look at how it looks. So we'll have this here. So what we'll have an ordered list. just like that. And this one we can add here like names, so we say John Doe, and can give Jane Doe also. We can actually, this one is caps, so now can have James Doe, and actually we can have another person, and this time we can add Mohammed Doe. So just like that, I think we can have another one, and this time we can have, let's say, Leslie, or we can have Lois Doe. So just like that, I think that's okay. And now we can have request. Now just give this, or I just call it approval. Or before that I just want to see how it will look, or this one new user looks. So you can see we have this here. So actually the other thing that we need here is to add new user and heading by the name new user, just like that, or new users. So now the other thing that now we can do here, we can add another header, and this time we can say is request or pending approvals, just like that. And inside here you can say have a div, and this one will call approval item, just like the word item a lot. I have used it most of the time. So now inside here you can see we have this span here and a button here. So what we can do, and you just see how they are looking right now. So inside here you can have a span, and this time I think I can repeat these names, if it will be okay. So we have John Doe, and we have a button here, and it's just a pending. So just copy this, just like that, add it here, and add it there. So now this one I can say, this one is James Doe, Jane Doe, Leslie, can say Leslie, or you can say Leslie. And now that is okay now. So let's see how it looks. So you can see it will have that here. So we need to just style them. So now we have here request. So inside our CSS here we can access request. So we have requests, just like that. And again you can say display flex. The other thing that we need to have is, you can say align items center, and a margin, can have a margin of 50 pixels, just like that. So let's see how it looks. Actually you can have justify content to style it, space evenly or space between. I think that's okay. So now let's see how it will look. So we have that, and that is not working correctly. I just need to have evenly here. You can give it space evenly. And I think this one will be okay. Yeah, this one is good. So now the other thing is to now style like this color here. So first of all, I'll just need to style this heading here, and I say color to be a little bit dark, as this dark color here, not that dark. So you can see now we need to have that, and I think it has faded a lot. So let's change to this color here, or even this here. So that's what I want. And again we can now style other things, like let's say for now we can say new user, okay, it is a class, so we need to select it just like that, and then you can say font weight to be bold, just like that. So now let's see how it looks. So let it load, and you can see we have it here. So the other thing is inside header here, I'll just give a margin, and I'll give a margin of 20 pixels. So let's see. So yeah, we have that margin, and actually it should be, let's say, top and bottom, or let me say, yeah, top and bottom, and left and right it is it should be 0, just like that. So let's see. Yeah, that's okay. So now let's slide this pending here. So I'll just look for approval here, this class, and then you can style it. So inside here, you can say approval. Actually, let me style it approval item, just like that, and say display flex. So align item center, and other is justify content space between, or space even, I think that's okay. So now I can style now a button for pending. So this one here, so we can say padding to have a padding of, let's say, padding of, so this one is not square bracket, it should be curly braces. So let's add that, and a padding of, let's say, 10 pixels, and border none, just like this one. It should be border none. And the other thing is, need to give a font weight to be font weight bold, and now the cursor should be pointer, just like that. So now let's see and see how it looks. So yeah, we have that. And the other thing that we need to have is a margin of 5 pixels, and also you can give it a padding of 5 pixels, just like that. So don't want to give it a lot of space. So we have that, and think that's okay. Now you can do other stylings that you want, but for now you can see we are scrolling down here. So I can just come here and remove like this one here, so, and see how it looks like. So I just want, yeah, this is okay. I feel like it is good, and it is okay, and it is working correctly. So now I just want to have this tutorial end here, because I don't want it to be long. That's why I have divided this admin module into 2 days. This is the day 7. So tomorrow in day 8, we just look at this add user here, and also users, just like that, so that now we just start diving deep in our backend. Remember, we'll be having our backend, and we'll be having our background services. So now, without much ado, let me end the tutorial here. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe, like this video, and if you know someone who may benefit from these tutorials, kindly share these videos. So let's meet in the next tutorial. Just have a great day.